All right, I did do a problem off screen. Problem before this, the longest palindromic subsequence or something. That wasn't too bad. I just did it off screen because I couldn't record it. But I'm just gonna pretend like I didn't do it and just gonna move on. And hopefully do 3 to 5 problems. Trying to pick up the pace. I'm just gonna start the timer here. I already read the problem. Um, yeah. Okay. First of all, I'm just gonna do if this node is a null pointer, just return null pointer. Again, I hate when they do this. Just doesn't. I don't know. It's just pretty useless. And then I'm just gonna create like my beginning one, and then I'm just gonna do a breath, a BFS. Uh, is that, dude? Hold on. How do you spell Q? No, I think that's. Wait, hold up. I gotta search up the spelling of Q. Oh, hold up. U E U E U E U E T Q. Okay, I don't even know if I need a DQ or anything. But yeah. Okay, so it's an undirected graph. Okay, it's been a minute since I've done graphs. I don't think I can just do like 4 neighbors because, or actually maybe I can because the neighbors are already given to me. Um, huh? Maybe I do like a. Oh shit! Wait, what the? What? All right, there's a bug in my. There's this giant bug in my room that's flying. I'm not editing this out. I don't care. Just moving rooms and hopefully it goes away. Okay, what? All right, whatever. Okay, back to the problem, I guess. Well, that just threw me off. All right. But okay, how am I gonna be doing this? So, um, am I just gonna go through like each like neighbor, and then for each neighbor, um, yeah, I guess it's just gonna be a like a BFS sort of thing. Um, I guess I'll just do a vector because like I don't think I need a. Yeah, I don't think I need to say Q because I think in C++ like a vector can behave as a queue, a stack is like anything you want it to be. Um, but you know what? I'm just gonna do DQ anyways because like I think that's probably the smart thing to do. Okay, DQ and then like int start equals 1. Um, and this is I'm just gonna be a bit rusty because I haven't done any of this stuff in a while, but I think it's like you have a queue, you uh, so q dot push start, and then I say while q dot size, I think, and then I guess I don't even need to declare this here. I can just do q dot push 1 while q dot size. I do int start is equal to q dot pop, or is it q dot front? I think, and then q dot pop. And then, oh wait, I need to push nodes into this. DQ node star. And I push, I think the node, because that's the one that matters. Yeah, and then node start is that. Then I do for for auto. I'm just gonna do auto because that's a pretty handy one. Auto neighbor in start neighbor. So for each neighbor, what I'm gonna do is and then I just realized I'm gonna have to keep moving the head around. So node star head equals ants for now. So for each neighbor, I am gonna first I guess I also need a set of all the scene nodes, right? Unordered set int, because I'm just gonna store the integers. So s dot, I think I got a s dot insert 1 already, so I already have that. So first of all, I gotta check if neighbor is not in, or I guess s dot contains, or I hope this is the right syntax. If not, s dot contains neighbor, and I gotta do that val, right? Then I can move on, and then what I would do is I guess I would do, hold on. Yeah, I would. You know what? I think this is where the head goes, because that's just, yeah, because every time I'm looking at the head. Okay, that makes sense. All right. So if it doesn't contain it, what I would do then is so head dot or head's neighbor dot push back, and I would create a new, hold on. So node star new node is equal to new node of, and neighbor val, right? And then the thing is, this new node will also have a like I'm pushing the head's neighbor, or like I'm pushing this into the head's neighbor, but I also gotta push head into this into this thing's neighbor. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I think you'll see from my code there. And then this would be new node. No way, I'm pushing both into their respective neighbors, and then yeah, I think that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Let's see. Okay, there's no DQ, so I'm just making stuff up. Sounds good. Q dot pushback. Is it neighbors or something? Yeah, it's neighbors. Okay, nice. Who gives a shit? It's just run it. Okay, how does that not? Oh wait. Yeah, I don't understand, cuz like isn't this already checking if what if I do this? Is that the problem? Okay, no, that's not. I don't know why that would be, but like Okay. So my thought process is like if I'm doing auto neighbor in head of like neighbors, um, what like that is that doesn't that assume that there is or no, that doesn't, like, even if there aren't neighbors, it's just not gonna run this thing. So I don't see what the issue is over here. Huh, interesting. Oh wait, let me just run it again to. Okay, so it's this line. Interesting. I don't see the. Is this? Wait. All right. Maybe. Okay. Maybe because when I say node star head equals q dot front, I am actually. Um. Oh wait, because that doesn't create. Yeah, that doesn't create it. Hold up. So. Okay. So instead, what if I do like is equal to new node where I do q dot front val q dot front neighbors. So that way it's a new node every time. And okay, let's see if that works. No, that's still not a. Why is this not? Okay. Um. I have no idea. Okay. And I don't know if this is because of the actual my actual logic or because of um. Yeah, I don't know. I guess there's no hints here. I'll be honest. If I'm spending more than 15 minutes on something that and I'm not getting the problem, I low key gotta pack it up. Hmm. I thought this was a pretty straightforward question, so I don't know if I underestimated the complexity of this, but let me. I don't know if this has a solution of some sort. Let me just look at the. Yeah, okay, it's just not even loading, so I don't know what to say about that. Okay, you know what, I'm just gonna ask chat about this, I guess. I was just hoping to not use any tools because that feels kind of lazy, and I don't know, I think you learn better when you figure it out yourself, or using oh, okay, there we go. I think my Wi-Fi is just really slow for some reason. Or maybe it's Leetcode. I don't know, because my phone's working fine. But let's see. And again, I'm not editing any of this stuff, so you can just like skip if you don't want it. Okay, depth first search. That was like kind of what I was doing, but except like breadth first search. Oh yeah, there we go. This is what I was doing. A hash map. Okay. Okay, and we got like some motivation over here. Okay, that's great. Don't care. Let me look at the solution though. Okay, if a recursion set, okay. We'll use a hash map to store the reference of the copy of all nodes that have already been visited and, okay, I have a set. Does that not? The key for the hash map would be the node of the original graph corresponding to the value would be, and the corresponding value would be the corresponding cloned node of the visited is used to prevent cycles and get the cloned copy of a node. Add the first node to the queue, clone the first node, and add it to the visited hash map. Okay. Why? Why can I not just do a, why can't I just do a set of the integers? Yeah, I don't get how I don't need to, or like why I need to do this. Like why can't I just do a set of all the? Yeah, I don't know. Hold on. Oh, maybe it's because. Maybe it's because I. Oh, I see. Okay, so it's because I don't. I see. Because let's say like I discover a node, just because it's discovered doesn't mean I complete all the information about the node, uh, because it has other neighbors and stuff. So like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Then I guess okay. All right. Well, that's pretty brutal. Okay. Oh, DQ. Okay, so I just misspelt it, by the way. So there's that. Equal to Q of node. Yeah. Okay. So you do a visited. So you map. So wait. Hold up. Let me go back here. Reference is the copy of all the nodes that have already been visited and copied. So visited node equals new node. So it does original to, okay, hold on, let me see this. Yeah, so it does original to cloned, okay. And
n.neighbors. Okay, if visited.find neighbor. Q.front. What do I put in Q? I put node in the Q. Okay. So they don't populate the neighbors first. If visitor.find neighbor equals, so if it doesn't find the neighbor, visited neighbor equals new node. Do these just never get filled up, like these neighbor ones? Okay, wait, no, here it does. Hold on. Visited n. Okay. Because okay, you're just like populating the is equal pushback visited neighbor. Okay, and visited neighbor puts the, okay, I see. All right, well, that makes sense. I'm just gonna move on. Graph valid tree, okay. Yeah, I am pretty rusty on graphs, so I gotta make sure. And I don't like these constraints. Actually, hopefully it's not anything too crazy. Okay, but we'll find out. Okay. You have a graph of n nodes, 0 to n minus 1. You're giving it integer n, a list of edges. Okay, so edges I, it goes, okay. Indicates that there is an undirected edge. Okay, return true if the edges of a given graph represent a valid tree. And false otherwise. Okay. So what is it about a valid tree? There's just gotta be no cycles, right? So I think that's all there is to a tree, right? I just gotta make sure there's no cycle. So this is false. Because there's a cycle. Let's say there wasn't a cycle here. Yeah, I think it's just make sure there's no cycle. I will start the I keep forgetting to start the timer. But yeah, okay, let me start it. So no cycles, so I'm assuming DFS. Yeah, so hold up. So let me do a okay, so there is no like node like thing here. Is there a node like thing? No, there isn't. So I don't think they give us a okay. That's interesting. I don't think I need to do it because I start off with n. Okay, I don't think I need to do it. Okay, so I do need a unordered set int scene. Essentially, I'll just keep going through it, going like doing a DFS on this essentially, and if I eventually find what am I saying? If I eventually do find something that's already in scene, that I know that it's a loop. So that means that like if a neighbor is already in scene, that I mean I know that I've already encountered it. So that's yeah. So okay, how am I gonna do? Alright. Now I just gotta figure out how to do DFS without the standard like node template. So okay, so I'm gonna be starting. Okay, I could just do. You know what? I'm just gonna create a. So int and yeah, I'm just gonna create like an actual graph with like all the stuff I need because that's just easier. So for auto edge
edges, I'm just gonna say hash map of edge 0 dot pushback, and I just push back edge 1, and I do the same thing with like the other one. Now I just gotta do like DFS of, actually, yeah, I gotta create a helper function, DFS of n, and hash map. Then I'm gonna have to create a wait, let me think about this. Do I do true? Okay, so okay, I gotta decide what type of function DFS is gonna be here. But let me just, for now, make it a void one. And so I guess, okay, I guess here's how, I think this is the simplest way to do it. I think I'm just gonna say like int x, initiate it to 0. I'll initiate it to true initially. Yeah, okay, I think that's the best way. I'm just gonna do int n and unordered map. I think I do it after. Yeah, I think I do that to avoid making a whole nother copy. Get rid of that. Okay, so for auto neighbor in what you call it, for each neighbor in that, okay, if scene dot contains, so if it contains neighbor, then I just set x equals 0. I guess I could also just do boolean, because that's just bool x true, and then I can just do x equals false. Else all I gotta do is scene.insert neighbor, and that's it, right? I just gotta insert it, and then I move on to the next neighbor, insert, boom, boom, boom. Oh wait, and then no, I gotta do DFS of neighbor, comma, hold on though, if I do that, I can't have a how do I detect a cycle? I'm like thinking about it now. It doesn't sound as silly as I thought it was initially. I think, yeah, because I don't think I can just say if it finds the scene, because the original node is literally like in scene. So that doesn't make sense. If like, because for example, let's take like 0 and 2, right? 0, I'm gonna insert it in scene, like the set. But as soon as I go to 2, its neighbor is also 0. So what if I just like make it like a directed sort of thing? But will that ever affect chances of other? Yeah, like for example, let's say I had a 5 over here, 0, 2, 5, 3 0 is a thing. So, but if I just do it a directed one, that doesn't work. Okay. So I guess DFS. Okay, I see. So I guess the best thing I'd have to do is I'd have to somehow make this node ignore its parent node. Yeah, so for each neighbor, insert it and then chuck it onto scene. Unless I am fine with it and I only. So, 1, 2, okay. I mean, another way I can do this is if it exceeds the number of. So, like, honestly, I can, like, kind of just embrace that or, like, allow it. And let's take 0, for example. Like, 0 should be in the hash map, or instead of, like, scene, or instead of a set, I'm going to make a unordered map of int and int seen, right? Like how many times it's seen, and it should only be seen as many number of times as like how many nodes neighbors it has, if that makes sense. So yeah. Um, so yeah, I think it's seeing that. Hopefully, it still contains. Um, or let me do find. I think it's find. So if okay, actually a better way, if not, so if it doesn't exist, seeing if neighbor equals 1, so I discover it once, right? And yeah, okay. Actually, that doesn't make sense because let's say I have 5 over here. Actually, no, that does, because let's say I have a 5. I again go through, so like I do that. Wait, no, I am gonna end up in a. Do I have to create like a node class? I think that would just make this so much easier than what I'm making it out to be. Also, does this 28 online? Oh, wow. So that means those are the number of users studying this problem specific. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, wow. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean the problem is just that this thing like goes back to 0. Like I don't know how to ignore that. Okay, wait. Unless I can just do if it's a neighbor, I can ignore it. Okay, I guess I can just do it. I don't know why it took forever. Okay. If not, oh wait, no, yeah. If scene dot contains neighbor, and I guess the other condition I'd make is if it already contains it, and so for each in I'd just say ham for hash map, but for each neighbor in hash map of n. So that would be like, let's say 0 would have 1, 2, 3. For each of that, And let's say down, let me take this as an example, right? So 1 would have 0, 4, 2. I add them all into my thing. Move on to 2. Um, and so when I move on, so 1's already there. So I say if 1 isn't seen, but if it's n's neighbor, then I can ignore it. But that doesn't make sense because if like these are all going to be neighbors. So I don't know how that makes sense. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Hold on. Wow, this is a really stupid question to be stuck on. Okay, hold up. Um, okay. Can I maybe just count the number of edges? But no, that wouldn't, like, they could, for example, just do that. But there has to be exactly n minus 1 edges, right? Would that mean that if there's exactly n minus 1, is there any way you can do n minus 1 edges while, I don't know, like, I guess you could isolate these 3 and just make 1, 2, 3. That wouldn't be a valid tree though. Okay. So as long as can I just do like, check every, like, can I just, you know what I mean? Okay, can I just check if, first of all, every node has a neighbor, and then just check if the number of edges is equal to n minus 1. No, I don't think that. Okay, I don't think that works. Hmm. don't want to just look at the solution. I know this video is gonna be a pretty stanker one, but I'm just gonna upload it anyways. I feel so stupid. Wait, hold up. Wait, I can just. Oh my god. I think I can just. Okay, I don't know why this took me forever to come up with, but I. Can I not just do this where I just. Like, I'll just keep track of the parent. And. Like. Right? Like, does that not just. Uh. No, wait, hold on. Yeah, so that way, I just feel yeah. So I think that I'm just going silent because I'm just making sure. I don't know why my brain's just moving super slow. Hopefully, future vids I get faster. That's the goal. So if you're right, yeah. So if the neighbor is just the previous node, which is just the parent, then I just continue. And then if scene dot contains that, I just do x is equal to false. And then else theme dot insert, and I just do that. Then I just do DFS of. Do I start with 0? Do I always start input n equals 5? Oh, okay. So n is the okay. That makes sense. I don't think it matters what I start from, so I think I can just start from 0, and then the parent would be. I could make it some like random nonsense. It's not better though. No. Okay. We make it some random nonsense and then hash map. Does that run, or am I feel like I'm missing something? Oh wait, I need to return something. So I just got to do return. So I'll just do. I think x and the whatever this DFS value was. Or wait, hold up. Return x. Return x, maybe. If neighbor, okay, I am actually incompetent. If scene dot contains. Okay, wow, my code is so sloppy. Okay, wait, no, I already have it. I don't know if it's late. It's not even late right now, but like I'm just not. Yeah, another parentheses, of course, but I don't know. I'm just not moving like I should. If scene dot contains neighbor, why is it scene? I genuinely have. Oh, it's because I need to make this a global variable. Okay. Okay, and whatever. This is gonna run. No, 0, 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, so this is like a disconnected thing. So I gotta do like, I also gotta make sure all nodes are discovered. So I guess that would just be like, and scene.size is equal to n. Does that work? No. Is it like a type thing? I don't think so. No. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3, and oh wait, does this even run the past the? Oh no. Okay, so that's just because I'm. Okay, but if I just do interesting, I don't know what's up. Did I do something? Isn't that just? Isn't this just like? So it works if I only do this. But it doesn't work if I do and scene.size is equal to. How does that make any sense? That makes 0. That doesn't make any sense. Is it because this number is ridiculous or something? Okay, wait, now it runs for whatever reason. Okay. Wait, was it actually the number? Does that actually matter? Okay, no, this. So it doesn't work for this, so it says false. So wait, hold on. I know this is painful, but like you're probably not even watching this, so I don't care. For auto neighbor, in that if neighbor is parent, yeah. Scene that contains neighbor, yeah. Else, scene that insert. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe the spaces can get better, but like, I think that looks fine. No, I genuinely don't know. Oh wait, is it? Wait, hold on. Scene dot insert 0. I don't think I did that yet. Okay, that was actually the reason. Wow. Okay, huge waste of time. I just like this is ridiculous. This video is already too long, and I did so today. I did 2 problems. Didn't do this one though. The one right before this one, the clone graph. I think this one's some hot bullshit. But I mean, I guess it's fair game. I'm gonna like leave the problems I didn't get like towards the end again because I don't want to do it again because like now I already know the trick, which is create a hash map of the thing. I'm probably gonna still what the hell am I making? Hold on. I'm probably still gonna remember it, but I won't remember it as well as I do right now. And I'm also just in a very, I don't know. I think I'm just moving very slow right now. So I'm probably just gonna call it here. So yeah, let me just take a sneak peek at the next one though. If this looks okay, okay. Return the number of palindromic substrings. You gotta be kidding me, bro. Isn't that, wait, hold up. This problem is just pretty much the same problem that I did, except that one I just returned the longest. This one I just do, yeah, matter of fact, let me just see if I can quickly do this one while we're on it. So this is the problem I did, and let me just, okay, actually, let me copy paste this part. Yeah, return answer, and I'm just gonna go over to this problem because honestly, if if the logic is still in my head, essentially you iterate through each of these and pretend, or like make them your mid, and then like check for palindrome from there. Except here you don't return a substring of the longest one; you just return a count. So hold up. Return count. I don't care about the answer here. I don't care about m count either. So if the size is just 1, return 1. I don't think I even need to do that actually. So if mid is I, right? So if it's odd, essentially what I do is if it's equal, yeah, so I don't need any of this stuff. I just do count plus plus with the yeah, okay. And I know this does not look pretty at all because like it has a bunch of breaks. There's probably a better way to do it, but this it just works, so that's all that matters. And I think it's also time efficient. Let me see if this runs. This is just okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, well, there you go. I also, I guess, did this thing in like, I would say like under 2 minutes. So, yeah, there you go. I guess there's actually, so I did 3 out of the 4 problems. I don't know why this is in the blind 75 if that's supposed to be like covering everything, but this is just straight up a repeat of the previous problem. That doesn't make sense. Uh, but I guess it's fine because it just makes me feel better about myself. That being said, done. Wait, let me do a quick peek again though before I completely conclude my Leetcode session. All right. I mean, it's also this has just got to be rage bait. I don't think this is a good session at all. It took me forever to do some, I would say, fairly simple problems. I guess it's because today was the final. That's just cope. I'm just stupid. All right. Okay, this looks like I tried doing it, or this looks like some copy pasted answer I had just to check some answer I had because I do not write out variable names to this extent. And I don't. It is my stuff just does not look this pretty. I don't know why this is not centered dynamic. What is going on? Oh, is it just because? Okay, whatever. Yeah, I don't think this is my answer at all. So I'm just gonna. I don't even know what I wrote here. Not even gonna look at the logic. I forgot the problem completely. Um, but yeah, I'm just gonna do it anyways. Next time probably. Um, cause yeah. All right, that's about it.